Hello, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Curly K Glam, and I'm here today to review Season 2, Episode 1 of All-American Homecoming. Okay, y'all, so basically, last season, it ended off with Damon and Thea getting together. JR and Damon's daddy become to interim coach because Coach Marcus is on a leave of absence for mental health. He has left the program for right now. He's on sabbatical and he shall return. Damon is now questioning whether he's going to leave Brixton to go to Hawkins to play for the coach who left Brixton to coach at Hawkins. Simone decided to stay at Brixton. They saved Brixton. There was a last-minute donor. The president stepped down, which I wonder what's going to happen with Keisha's daddy. What is he doing? Is he a doctor there full-time or what? But anyway, maybe we'll find out this season. I don't know. Everything's still peachy keen between Keisha, Nate, and Simone. Thea and Simone are currently beefing, and we just going to start it off. Okay, so the show starts off right after Christmas break. So here's the thing with the timeline again, y'all. If y'all gonna have the crossover episode with Spencer and Jordan. So now we know if Spencer and Jordan are in ATL, where Brixton is, then that means they won the bowl game. But we ain't seen the bowl game yet. All American. So this is the only thing about the crossover episode. Like, if it's gonna be a crossover, the timeline's got to match up. So now here we are in Brixton a few weeks later after Christmas break. So we back in school. It's spring semester, big dog. Like, we back in school or whatever. So the episode opens up with JR going to Damon and asking Damon, have you told Thea that you thinking about leaving the school? And Damon's like, no. Here is my thought after that. I wrote, I don't think Damon and Thea are gonna make it. Obviously, I'm Team Damon, duh. And I just don't like Thea right now. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna never like her character, but I just don't like Thea right now. I am not Team Thea. So we see Thea is going through rehab with her shoulder. She's had surgery, and she's just being like, Thea is being a witch. Like, she is not friendly. She is talking to Damon any kind of way. Like, it's a lot. I don't know how Damon had the patience for it, honestly. I was getting pissed, and I was getting pissed, and that's their relationship. Like, this is a show still, but still I was getting pissed because I'm just like, he trying to help you. You fussing out to train the girl. He trying to help you. But anyway. So, Simone is going back and forth in her mind, in her head, and in her thoughts about being number 6 only because Thea is hurt. So instead of living in the moment, this was her one time to, like, seriously prove herself. She's doubting herself and wondering, like, after all this is over, like, they're going to invite Thea back and I'm going to be at the bottom of the barrel again. So, my next thought that I wrote down was the news catches Damon at Hawkins practicing on the field, and everyone sees the news segment. So, at this point, they are now at Auntie Amara's house for a family brunch or whatever. Damon brings Thea. Damon is aware of what has happened between Simone and Thea, but of course, since he's not trying to look like he's picking Simone's side, he brings Thea, asking Thea to come. Simone got an attitude, because she's still feeling Damon, and now she ain't got Jordan. So now she just like, and it like, Simone got a lot going on emotionally. Yeah, emotionally she got a lot going on. But everybody knows that Damon was thinking about transferring, except for Thea. So a new segment comes on while they're all there, and Thea's like, I guess everybody know but me. And so then, that leads to, the coach ended up coming to have a conversation with Auntie Amara, saying you can't be everybody's favorite auntie. You got to make a decision. Do you not know that all of this stuff that's happening with Bringston, all this notoriety and stuff that was coming to Bringston was because of Damon Sims? So any event that Damon Sims leaves, all our funding will leave, everything will leave, and then we will be back at square one or worse. The trustees is going to have a problem because everybody looking at Damon as cash cow at this point. And then I wrote, why does Spencer and Cam still have beef? Like, I don't know. I mean, and I don't even think Spencer got beef. It's just Cam. Like, I don't know what it is. But either way, fast forward, we see that Coach Marcus is in therapy. So I'm thinking, or I know for a fact, that Coach Marcus has checked himself into a rehabilitation center, which is, a good thing because once he got the medicine back in his system, he realizes that, he needs help. And so I'm glad that it's focusing on mental health because mental health, especially in the Black community, is something that's so taboo. So to see that he's in therapy, he's checked himself into rehab, he's going through the process of healing himself and making himself, be better. I was here for it. I put Spencer and Simone have a talk. So in both episodes, we had the whole Spencer and Simone moment. Spencer talks to Simone about tennis because they had this whole thing where he was going to tell her about herself with Jordan. But she was like, so we're not going to talk about Liv. We don't got nothing to talk about. He was like, okay. But yeah, so Spencer and Simone have a conversation about tennis and how he, re-enlightens her that she needs to seize the opportunity. There's opportunity that presented itself. It doesn't matter how the opportunity came about. Simone is just so caught up on the fact that everybody's going to blame her that Bringston's best tennis player, they bread and butter Thea, is, she's the reason for Thea's partial demise. And so let me see where I am on the list. I don't think I wrote this down. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Because I'm looking at my list. It hasn't happened yet in the sequence in which I wrote the notes. So they have a talk. So eventually, Simone takes Spencer's talk. She goes on the court and she's going to go for what she wants. All right. Since JR's dad had a talk with Auntie has texted Damon and was like, you got 48 hours to make a decision about entering the transfer portal. Next, I put Jordan confronts Damon and they start to fight in the weight room. Okay, so after Damon is, Damon got a lot on his plate because he don't know what he gonna do. But at the same time, it's just like Damon is making this impulse decision. I can see why he's upset. I'm not saying that the reason why he's upset is, is dumb. But I don't think he understands the complexities that come with him actually leaving Bringston. So he's not thinking of his teammates. He's not thinking of, the school. He's not thinking of Coach Marcus. He's just hurt by what JR's daddy did. And so while he's got that going on, Jordan sees him in the locker room. Now, at this point, I'm side-eyeing Jordan because I'm like, Jordan, you and Simone broke up. You was pressed with capital Pressed, pressed, Jordan. You were pressed to start this flirtatious situationship, whatever, the chase, the tease you got going on with Layla. Right? So now you see now you see Damon in the locker room and now you feel like it's on site. So basically, Jordan is mad because he feel like Damon was meddling throughout him and Simone's relationship. And he knows Simone was feeling Damon. But I don't think Jordan even knows, well, Jordan does know now because Simone told him in All-American that Damon has a girlfriend. And I think he knows who Thea is. So she probably said Damon is dating Thea. So now I guess Jordan is mad because Simone, he expected Simone to get with Jordan. I guess because that would have okayed him to get with Layla. But now he's feeling like Simone, he feel like Damon kind of played Simone and now he with Simone's friend. But to me, Thea and Simone was just teammates. They wasn't even really friends. And so I put Jordan said Damon owe him the hands. Jordan felt like him and Damon had to throw hands. Like, so they fight in the locker room, everybody break it up. Okay. Then we're going to go back to Coach Marcus because the doctor told Coach Marcus that he had received quite a few calls from Amara and that Coach Marcus cannot ignore the outside world because in order to be able to adapt back to when he gets into the world, he needs to have outside stimuli. So Coach Marcus decides to cut on TV. He cuts it on to the news network. What's the first headline he see? Damon is leaving. So now he like, oh my God, what am I finna do? Because now he knows that Damon only came to Bringston on an account of him being there. But now since Coach Marcus, they don't know the status of his situation, I guess Damon kind of feels abandoned by Coach Marcus. And so now Damon is questioning leaving. So now Coach Marcus got to figure it out. I put Simone should have gave Thea the hands because when they was outside, I'm like, Thea, sis girl, baby male, you could barely pick your record up. So you trying to have a whole, like, you trying to play a whole game, sis. And your shoulder is not fully 100%. So you at risk of rupturing your rotator cuff again. Okay. So that goes back to my statement in All American Review. When you got to live with this body after sports is over, trust me, it's some things that I did when I played sports that I wish I wouldn't have done. You got to live with this. This is your one temple. This is your one temple. This is all you get. And you putting it on the line because your ego is hurt. Girl. So, Thea and Simone play. Simone, I guess, is losing at a time in which Thea gets hurt. Junior Miss Lonnie, because I don't know that coach name. Junior Coach Lonnie comes on the court and was like, Simone, you have embarrassed yourself. And just best believe that when Thea is fully healed, you will be back in the bottom. I'm like, what kind of coach? What kind of coach? Girl, ma'am, way to doodle on a player's dream. I mean, it's one thing to chastise her, but belittle her? No, ma'am. My next note was JR's mom gave Damon an album with photos in it. So that goes back to the beginning of the episode when JR handed Damon a Christmas gift and he was like, it's from our mom. And he was like, yeah, I'm cool on the gifts from your mom right now. Like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not at that place yet. But he opens it and on the front page is a note. I wish they would have let us see the rest of the photos. It probably was no more photos to see because they only went through 2 pages in that book. But that's just me paying attention to too much detail again. So I'm gonna keep going with my notes. JR checks Thea about tennis and Damon. So JR bumps into Thea after leaving the training room. Thea's whole arm is slinged up, wrapped up. And so JR was like, girl, what did you do, girl? And so she was about to, get him. JR was like, not today. She said, everybody has tried to be on your side, Thea. Damon has done everything to be with you and be near you while you was hurt with your surgery and everything moving forward. The least you can do is be there for him when this decision needs to be made. shut Thea right on up, zipped her lips, threw away the key. Zipped her lips, threw away the key. I mean, I'm like, ooh, your face, Thea. Pick your face up, sis. So, okay, Keisha. We're going to talk about Miss Keisha. Because Keisha was being childish. Keisha started being childish in that episode of All American. And I was like, Keisha. When they be hitting the camera, Keisha, girl, what you doing? You didn't even give... First of all, this whole ordeal with Keisha and Cam, I know Cam is a little bit embarrassed, so I'm kind of giving Cam a little bit of grace. But the communication between them was not acceptable. Keisha, after the first time Cam was acting weird, I know Keisha said she a brand new woman, but Keisha, you wanted this, Keisha, so you got to be mature about this. You want to be grown, you got to be mature. So when the first thing was going on with Cam, what you should have done was, instead of asking, is we good? Because they was like, we good, we good. I'm just like, what is this we good? Y'all talking to each other like y'all is bros. Like, you asking this man that you is in a whole relationship, is you good? What's up? What's wrong? The energy is off. I need you to talk to me. The only way I can help you or be there for you is if you talk to me. Something like that, Keisha. Girl. So Keisha is deciding, since Cam ran out on a date, Cam done goes to Keisha a couple times. We know what Cam is doing. Cam is trying to get them coins. He's trying to stay at Bringston. So Spencer and Jordan run into Cam, or Spencer, somebody in Spencer, I can't remember now, ran into the Cam. He was delivering pizza on campus on a bike. Cam was embarrassed. It's no need to be embarrassed, Cam. Everybody got to get, college students, everybody got to get coins, okay? He didn't want Keisha to find out. Because he didn't tell Keisha the truth. So that's the other thing. So then when Keisha does find out, okay, skip off. I went too far. Keisha has been using Spencer as bait because she know it's going to make Cam mad. That's the same thing she did in the pilot when she was trying to make her boyfriend mad by using Spencer. Keisha. Old patterns, girl. Old patterns. It's a no, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not doing that. Spencer knows that Keisha is trying to use him. So, at this point, Spencer is at the door listening to Nate check Keisha. And this is why I say I appreciate their friendship that the trio has. Because I'm one of those friends that appreciate people that be blunt with me. Some people like sugar with they drink. I like salt. This is a metaphoric drink. I don't drink. You know how some people like salt running rim, some people like sugar. I'm not one of them friends. Like, I need for you to tell it to me. It's better to tell me the truth now and then try to tell me the truth later after I done already went through the fire. I ain't trying to do that. So Nate was like, girl, you getting on my nerves. You need... Okay, so back to what I was saying. I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap this up. Nate was like, girl, you getting on my nerves. You need to look at it from Cam's point of view. Have you even tried? And so after he checked Keisha was like, you know what? You're right. I can't even sit here and... Because she didn't think about what Cam had been through. At this point, Cam has already told Keisha, like, he lost his scholarship. I didn't let you meet my parents because I didn't want my parents to blame you for me getting put out of school. He was like, and plus, I told you that I had to, you know. So she tried to say, like, he gaslit her. I mean, I ain't gonna say he gaslit her, but I'm just saying, like, he wasn't 100% truthful with her. So she was thinking like, oh, whatever is happening, it's my fault. And she didn't know what to do. So instead of talking to Cam, she was just, you know, like trying to get back at him and make him hurt to try to prove a point. And so after that, you know, Spencer and Cam had a talk. So Spencer helped Cam set up this whole side individual romantic situation for Keisha. and they apologized. And now they're back on good terms. But all that could have been avoided had both of them just communicated, is what I was trying to say. I went all around the world saying it, but had it communicated. It's the scene where Coach Amara, who asked Damon did he make his decision, and Damon was like, I already made my decision. And so then the camera pans to Amara reading her phone, and it's from Damon, and he's telling her that I'm leaving Princeton. I've already talked to, I guess, the AD, and they're gonna put him in transfer portal. So then after that, Amara is sitting at home on the couch, and her door, somebody's knocking at her door. I knew it was Coach Marcus, but I thought he was just coming to tell her, you know, like, I've loved you my whole life type situation, but it was the opposite. It was, I'm ready to come back to work. So yeah, y'all. Homecoming had a lot more moving parts in this episode than All American did, but I'm still team All American Homecoming, but All American is alright with me. I just like Homecoming a little bit more. So I think that's all I have for this review, y'all. If there was anything that I left out, leave it in the comments. I will be back next week. I'll be back next Tuesday to upload my review. So the episode comes out on Monday. I will always put my review up for All American and All American Homecoming on Tuesday, because I have to watch it next day on CW because I'm not paying for cable. So we're going to stream it. And yeah, y'all, that's all. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos. Deuces.